try Slay the Spire 2 beta patch 110. Niao's Abundance, that's the dowsing rod. So it now always create upgraded powers, and upgrade will make it cost 0. So it used to be 1 energy upgrading to giving you upgraded powers. Now it's just 1 energy upgrading to 0 energy. I think that the option was bad, but it was pickable on certain maps, which was interesting, right? You have a pretty bad Neo option that's sometimes pickable. I can see why they buffed it because it's terrible, but I think it's okay to have that sort of things in the game. So I'm not super happy with buffing it. But I will admit the option was bad. Toasty Mittens, so that's the exhaust a random card every turn to gain a strength. Right, this option used to be unpickable, right? It's literally unpickable. You pick it, you lose, and it becomes insane. At the start of your turn, you exhaust a card from your hand, which means you get to choose, right? And gain 1 strength. I can see this being extremely broken on Ironclad. You just pick like Hell from Beyond. You can pick this on any character. I feel it's very, very, very broken. Just be careful to not run out of cards. But this seems pretty good now. They buffed the Seal of Gold. They reduced the gold loss. We will have to see about that. That's also like a completely unpickable Neo option before. But maybe with the decreased gold cost, it's not bad. I mean, some people are gonna cope, say like, you can pick this for like Act 2. If your deck is strong, then you don't lose that much gold. But if your deck is strong, then you don't need this, right? The other issue is every test relic is just better than this. And losing gold means you cannot shop. And if you lose all the gold, the relic turns off. And that's like another big issue compared to something like ectoplasm. At least you get to, keep your gold and not have ectoplasm turn off. Beautiful Bracelet got changed. So it used to be enchant 3 cards and they all draw 3. Now it becomes enchant 4 cards, they all draw 2. So 1 less draw. It used to be draw 9, now it's draw 8. I think this is still insanely strong. Might even be better. It's a little bit more consistent, but less like burst draw. Fur Coat, Mark Combat increased from 7 to 8, probably still just like whatever. Signet Ring, 999 becomes 888. I mean, the relic was broken, so I agree that nerfing it was necessary. I don't like this nerf. I think 999 was like a nice fallback to Mind Bloom. It could be like 999 gold and like a normality, or like 999 gold and 2 normalities. That would be interesting, right? Just reducing the number. I mean, it's fine to nerf it, but I want to see like maybe more interesting nerfs than this. But yeah, this relic was basically you go to a shop, you win, so. Relax got buffed. Now it stuns the bow bug. +1. Once again, I don't think Relax needed a buff. It was a niche ancient bonus. In the right spot, it's very, very good. I don't like balancing out like the power levels of every ancient relic to make them all the same. That would make the game kind of boring. I want ancient bonuses to be situational. Like, I want the decisions to be interesting. Well, I don't think Relax needed a buff. Tank's Whistle got buffed. 1 cost reduction. Okay, Whistle is like actually complete garbage unless you're playing multiplayer, so I don't mind buffing this. But yeah, Whistle and Maul were like the bricks on tanks compared to something like Relax where it's interesting. So I don't mind buffing these things. I suspect Maul will still be pretty bad, but maybe Whistle can be picked now. The energy reduction is a pretty big deal. They reverted the Fiddle change. Yeah, I mean, Fiddle was completely ridiculous. It was already ridiculous when it was drawing 2, so good change there. They buffed Mango. Why? They buffed Pax End. Why? So Mango damage got increased by 5, and Pax End damage got increased by 1. Those are fine cards. They did not need a buff. Reworked Haze on common skill. That was the Sly poison card. Apply 4 or 6 poison to your enemies. Now it became Crippling Cloud. Haze became Crippling Cloud. I think Crippling Cloud would be kind of insane in this game. We will have to play with it. Also, it's kind of funny that it applies 6 poison, upgraded instead of 7. Reworked Outbreak. So it used to be on common power, 1 cost. Whenever you apply poison, deal 4. Upgraded to 5 damage to all enemies. Now it becomes a 3 cost skill, rare. Apply 9, upgraded to 12 poison to all enemies. Poison triggers immediately. 3 cost. That's pretty difficult to justify. I'm not picking this over Adrenaline or any good rares, but it's interesting, I guess. It's kind of like end of days, but end of days numbers are much larger. This thing actually like require you to already have a lot of poison. I assume you just play it and the enemy will take poison damage. Let's say the enemy have 10 poison, they apply 9 poison, so it's 19. It takes 19 damage, then it has 18 poison, right? And if you have Accelerant in play, it's like kind of giga. It's just like a hallway card, right? You don't really need this for bosses. If you stack enough poison on bosses, you don't need to get another turn of ticking. Reworked and renamed Scare. It used to be the 0 cost, apply 1 week to all enemies card. Now it became the Mirage. So Scare becomes Mirage. Then Mirage got reverted to gain block based on poison. That's cool. And it no longer exhaust. So Mirage just upgrades from 1 cost to 0 cost. So basically they overhauled the entire poison package for Silent. Now you have Crippling Cloud, you have an interesting Outbreak. Relic plants got nerfed, so it's now 2 cost upgrading to 1 cost. Still says Runic Pyramid. It should just be 3 cost upgrading to 2 cost, I think. But a good start. And Echoing Slash got decreased to uncommon because Outbreak got promoted to rare and they have to have exactly the same number of rare cards on every character. Okay, they reworked Regalite. That's the relic. Whenever you create a card, gain 2 block, becomes the first time you create a card each turn, gain 6 block. Probably stronger on average, honestly. It's like a lot more front load for Act 1, Act 2. I think Regalite's probably stronger now, even though it doesn't repeat. It's kind of crazy. And it's kind of a crazy large number. If you think about it, Permafrost is 7 block, right? 1 time, the entire combat. There's a 6 block, repeatable, in a relic. The number is kind of huge. Terraforming got buffed. So Vigor just increases from 6 to 7. Probably still bad, honestly. This card just says Strike. Nobody is picking Strike on Regent, though. They reverted Pillar, so you can have your Pillar Calamity, your Pillar Crash Landing stuff. But the number got decreased by 1. So a lot worse early game. 2 block is very little, even with like a Spectrum Shift. So you kind of actually need to upgrade it now. But now it actually works with the Crash Landing, the Calamity, like the Stoke or whatever. So I don't mind this change too much. But Regalite is kind of crazy. Yeah, Regalite is kind of crazy. Crush Under damage got increased by 1, sure. I mean, whatever. That card's a card that exists. Alright, Necrobinder, they change Eidolon, can no longer be generated mid-combat. That's good. So you cannot have some freaking infinite stalling nonsense. That's a good change. They buff Sacrifice, I don't know why. I don't know why they buffed the Scythe either. Like, just these cards did not need a buff. They are fine. Alright, Defect. Bias Call got buffed. 1 more focus, not needed. Once again, if you saw our ancient tier list, Bias Call was pretty high up there. It was like A tier or S tier. So definitely did not need this buff. They probably looked at the stats, then they see people not picking it because they're scared, because they don't know how to use Bias Cog. Which is very easy, by the way. How to use Bias Cog. You draw it, you play it. That's how you play Bias Cog. Then they buffed it because people are scared of picking this. It's kind of like the Vaku thing, the Fiddle. I hope this gets reverted. It's also bad vibes, you know? Like 4 upgrading to 5 with like the old Bias Cog from Spire 1. Now it's not. They buffed Refract. Another buff that's not needed. Good AoE card. It just does the thing pretty well. Defect does not need more buffs. Okay, they nerfed Rocket Punch. So the Rocket Punch 2 cost, right? It used to be reducing the card to 0 cost. The way the Rocket Punch works is like if you create 2 statuses, it will decost by 2, right? Okay, that's kind of neat. Decost by 1 per status card. Why did they buff Synchronize? What the hell? What? I don't know where this buff is coming from, honestly. I don't know what they were smoking on Defect. They basically buffed the strongest character. I mean, Synchronize, I mean, you all know Synchronize is good, right? I don't need to explain why it's good. But at least you used to like kind of want to upgrade it so it doesn't exhaust. So you can play it over and over again. Now it just doesn't exhaust. So you don't even need to upgrade it. Like this upgrade is not even necessary. Like 2 was enough. Uncommon cards show up slightly more often as intended. I didn't know that was a thing, but I guess. Overall, I don't know about this patch. It feels like the players got a lot stronger again, which I don't really understand. I think the silent changes are kind of fun. So the old Crippling Cloud is back, but the other characters got giga buffed again.